Hola amigos, I'm about to tell you the easy way to remember lots of things in Spanish. And look, when I say lots, I mean verbs in Spanish, possessive adjectives, reflexive pronouns, direct object pronouns, indirect object pronouns, present tense verbs, preterite, imperfect, commands, and so much more. Now this video will be a big help to you, especially if you are a visual learner and if you like to organize information in a logical way. I'm telling you, this is for you. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you've probably seen this, but if you're new, and we do have a lot of new visitors to the channel, this is going to change the way that you learn, process, and practice and retain new information in Spanish. Okay, let's get to it. Now, I suggest you get something to write on, una hoja de papel, and something to write with, un lápiz or una pluma, and let's jump right in. All right, right now, I'm going to put a chart on the screen. There it is. It's 2 lines across and 1 line down. 2 lines across and 1 line down. Now, this creates a chart with 6 different spaces. And I'm telling you, in the future, you're going to use this chart for tons of things, okay? Now go ahead, draw the chart on your paper, and let's break down the spaces and what they represent. So right now, let's first try to imprint this chart in our heads. Just remember, there are 3 spaces on each side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and just imprint that in your mind. Make sure you've got the chart itself. Just print it in your brain, okay? Now, let's go ahead and start talking about the specific spaces and the sides and all that. Everything on the left side of the chart pertains to one side, one person. This is the singular side. There we go. It's the singular side, and all the words we're going to put on here in a minute talk about one person. Everything on the right side, you guessed it, is the plural side. So all the words we're going to put on the right side of the chart over there is going to pertain to 2 or more people. All right, let's go ahead and imprint that in our mind as well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, singular, plural, singular, and plural. All right, as you learn Spanish, you'll mentally put various things in these boxes, and they'll help you organize what to say, how to say it, what conjugation to use, which ending to put on the verb, and so much more. Now let's walk through and describe each space and what it represents. We're going to start on the top left up here. This is the first person box. Everything in this box has to do with me and only me. So let's write yo right there. Yo means I in Spanish. Okay, yo means I. Go ahead and print that in your mind. Everything in this top left space has to do with me and only me. Let's move to the second space. Let's write tú in that box. T, U with an accent. Yes, you do need the accent. Accents can change the meaning of words. Accents are important, so make sure you write the accent on there. So tú means you when I'm talking to one person. Now, there's a more respectful way to say you. We'll get to that in just a minute. But everything that has to do with you is in that second space on the left. Now, in the bottom left space here, we're going to put 3 words. Now, these 3 words hang out together in the same space because they all use the same stuff. Okay, the same verb endings, the pronouns, they use the same stuff. That's why they hang out together. Here are the 3 words. Él, which means he, and yes, it has an accent. Ella, which means she. And usted, which means you, when I'm talking to one person, but I want to show more respect. Like somebody would say, ma'am, or sir to. So if I'm going to say you to someone I want to show more respect to, don't say tú, say usted. Now back to what I said before. Everything on the left is one person, right? Singular. Now you see what I mean. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted all refer to one person. So let's go ahead and start to print that in our mind. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted. One more time. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted. Okay. Now let's put the words on the right, the plural words. Starting at the top, we're going to write nosotros. This means we. Can also mean us in some certain circumstances. So everything that has to do with we or us will be located at the top right. And I promise you this will make sense as you go along, okay? In the middle space on the right, we're going to put vosotros, just like nosotros, but change the first letter to a V. This means you when I'm talking to a group of people. Okay, just a quick note though, they only use vosotros in Spain. It's good to know, in my opinion, in case you ever need it, but it is only used in Spain. Next, we'll put three words on the bottom right as well. They are ellos, which means they, ellas, which also means they, but a quick note, we only use ellas when we're talking about a group of girls. If we're going to say they, and that group is made up of only girls, we'll say ellas. If it's a group of boys and girls mixed, or boys, we're going to say ellos. All right. Finally, ustedes, which also means you, plural, talking to a group of people. This means the same thing as vosotros, but again, ustedes is used in all Spanish-speaking countries, and vosotros is only used in Spain. Now get all of the words imprinted in your mind, and I'll show you how this all works. So let's try to go through them all. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted. Nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. One more time. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted. Nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. Once you have this down, you can learn things very easily in Spanish. Let me show you an example. If I wanted to learn how to conjugate regular AR verbs in the present tense in Spanish, AR being the most common type of verb there is, all I would have to do once I knew these subject pronouns is learn a quick set of endings. Look, Spanish verbs are mostly sets of endings. That's it. Let's do an example of an AR verb in the present tense. Here's the verb to sing in Spanish, cantar. The verb cantar has an AR at the end, so it's called an AR verb. Yeah, it's that easy. You'll never guess what an ER verb is, right? Or an IR verb. They end in ER or IR. It's that easy. So here's the problem though. Cantar, when it has the AR at the end, it literally means to sing. Okay, we gotta get that, gotta kind of really grasp that, because cantar means to sing. Okay, so for that reason, if I wanted to say I sing, I couldn't say yo cantar, because that would mean I to sing. That just doesn't make sense. So I have to make a small change to make it make sense. And here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'll do is take off the AR, and that's going to leave me with CANT. All I have to do now is just add a particular ending to that verb that goes with yo, the I sense, to show that I do that. Before we add the ending, I'm going to put two charts on the screen. One with the subject pronouns that we just learned, and the other one will be used to put those AR verb magical endings. And all we have to do is learn this. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. Let's try to get that down. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. One more time. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. Now let's go back to the phrase, I sing. I know that I is yo. I took the AR off the word cantar, so now I have CANT. Now looking at both charts, where is yo located on the chart? It's at the top left. Now looking at the chart with the verb endings, which ending is located at the top left in the same space? O. So that is the ending that I'll put on the end of the verb when I use it with yo, or when I want to say that I do that. So I sing would be yo canto. Let's do another example. If I were going to say she sings, we know that she is ella. So if we take off the AR, that would leave us with CANT. Where is she located on the chart? The bottom left. Which ending is on the bottom left? So that is the ending that we'll put on a present tense AR verb when it's used with she or to imply that she does that. So she sings would be ella canta. Okay, now you see why él, ella, and usted hang out together, because they use all the same endings. All three of those use a. And the same goes for ellos, ellas, and ustedes. They hang out together because they all use an. So let's back up and summarize. If you know yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes, then all you have to do is learn o, as, a, amos, es, an, and match the boxes. That's it. You can now conjugate any AR regular verb in the whole Spanish language in present tense. All you have to do is know the verb itself. Example, if I wanted to talk about people who work, all I got to know is the verb trabajar means to work. Trabajar, that's it, I got it. I know the ending, so I'm ready to go. Yo trabajo, tú trabajas, él trabaja, ella trabaja, usted trabaja, nosotros trabajamos, vosotros trabajáis, ellos trabajan, ellas trabajan, ustedes trabajan. You can do that with any AR verb in Spanish. But again, the chart helps you with so much more, not just verbs. And in the future, once you get the present tense verbs down, you can apply this organization to other sets of endings and other tenses. Now, don't let me overwhelm you here, okay? I'm just showing you what you will be able to do in the future. But in the future, when you decided to learn past tense verbs for AR verbs, all you need to do is learn the set of endings. Haste, o, amos, hastes, aron. Now you can conjugate any AR verb in the past tense. Imperfect tense, not a problem. Just learn the endings. Aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. Now you got it. Let's take it a step by step though, okay? So don't let me overwhelm you. First, get the chart imprinted in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then learn yo, tú, él, ella, usted. Nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. And at that point, you're ready to start conjugating verbs and forming real sentences in Spanish. Now, we have a lot of new learners who visit the channel very often, so I wanted to go back and revisit this for our new amigos. I hope this has helped you mucho. And look, if you have some good tips for our beginners who are just starting to learn Spanish, please leave them in the comments. I would love to read them, and I know they would as well. But until next time, I wish for you and all your family and friends paz y bendiciones, peace and blessings. Hasta pronto, amigos.